So as I spoke to a friend this morning, and who attended a meeting at a school board in New Jersey for transgender bathrooms, she said to me how she saw all of these children sitting there, and they just looked so confused and so angry and so bitter and so hurt and broken. And so I thought about it, and she told me about all the pastors that were at this meeting, and all the ones who were promoting the transgender bathrooms, all the ones who were against it, and how they all either fed on their own personal agenda and emotions, or they directed everything towards the school board. And so she asked me, she said, "David, what would you have done if you were there?" And that's when it hit me. I would have reached out to the youth. I would have said, the heck with the school board, the heck with their agenda, and I would have just spoke directly to the youth. And so that's what I want to do with this video. I just want to speak to the youth. And I want to say that I understand how you feel. That I know the confusion of thinking that you're in the wrong body, that you're trapped in the wrong body. I know the confusion of thinking that it's okay to engage in sexual activity with people of the same sex, or even people of the opposite sex, and it's not. I know the confusion. I know the joy and the peace that you're looking for. I know that love that you're seeking. The love that you're seeking and the love that you're receiving it's not true love, and it's not the love that you want. It doesn't exist. And I know that the road that you're on, the path that you're getting on, with all this confusion, I know the confusion. I know the wanting to be the opposite sex. I know the crying yourself to sleep at night and asking. The only time I ever spoke to God when I was a child was to ask him why he put me in the wrong body, or asking him before I went to sleep if I could wake up and be a girl. But I'm so thankful and so grateful that he didn't put me, that I didn't take it further than I did take it. But I didn't have anybody that knew what I was going through, that knew the truth. I didn't have anyone to reach out to me and say, you know what? I know how you feel. I know the affirmation and the confirmation that you're seeking in people and places. I know the love that you're looking for. I know how good that attention feels when some man puts his hands on you. I know how good that feels. I know the attention. But I also know that the path that you're on just leads to death. I also know that there's no hope of you ever finding the love that you seek in this world. I know that there's no hope of you finding the pleasures of life that you think you're looking for outside of Jesus Christ. And I know that's not what you want to hear. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you want somebody to come and tell you like they're all doing, and telling you that it's okay to be this way and that you're born that way. But that's just a lie. That's not the truth. I used to think that I was born that way, and then I thought that I was born in the wrong body. And then as I got older, I just realized that I was just broken and hurt and seeking, and I knew that I wanted so much more. And I know that nobody ever reaches out to you and says, hey guys, listen, how you feel, it's nothing new. The confusion, sexual confusion, is nothing new. Sexual promiscuity is nothing new. People have been doing it for many thousands of years, and they'll probably continue to do it until the return of Christ. But there's so much more. There's so much more, because the pain that you hold inside, this confusion, this pain, this hurt, you have to let it out. But letting it out in a negative way isn't gonna heal. It's not gonna help you. It's not gonna heal you. You have to reach out to somebody who knows the truth, somebody who cares, somebody who's not gonna lie to you and appease you and love you straight to hell, somebody who's not gonna love you to death, literally to death. You need somebody who is going to reach out to you and tell you, this isn't normal. God didn't create you this way. There's so much more. We need to start reaching out to the youth. We need to start reaching out to these kids who are fighting for bathroom privileges, to transgender bathrooms, and who want to go to school and dress like the opposite sex and be called the opposite sex. Those are the ones we need to reach out to. Those are the kids that we need to reach out to and tell them, hey, look, I know what you're going through. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're looking for. And I also know that you are not going to find it. I know that you're not going to find it outside of the sexual activity, outside of the drugs, outside of the alcohol, outside of the prostitution, the promiscuity. You're not going to find it outside of Jesus Christ. And that's what we need to be telling them. This is what we need to be saying to the youth. The heck with the school boards and the meetings and all the other organizations and associations, because the whole entire time the LGBT movement is attacking these children. And while we're fighting and saying what the LGBT movement is doing to the schools and in schools and within the schools, the kids are suffering, and they're engaging in sexual activity with each other and adults and whoever else will show them the least bit of attention. There's a whole lot of solutions that people are coming up with on how to stop the movement. But what about how to heal these children? What about how to take these children and tell them the truth and lead them out of this darkness? I don't want any children to ever have to endure what I had to endure, or what young people had to endure at my own hands. I don't want to ever see no child have to endure that. God is so good. He is. He truly is. And He can truly set them free. But it's those of us who know what they're going through. Not some psychologist or psychiatrist who's reading out of a textbook of how to guide and steer and lead them in the direction. Not some pastor or minister who has no idea of what they're feeling or how they're feeling or anything about what they're going through. But us, those of us who have been through it, those who Scripture says, and such were some of you, and such were some of us for a reason, for a time such as this. And let's get busy. Let's get out there. Let's look at these kids and tell them the truth. Who cares if the parents like it? Who cares if the school board likes it? Who cares if the DHS likes it? Who cares if the government likes it? Who cares if anybody likes it if we can lead these children out of darkness? Who cares who likes it and who doesn't like it, or who might publicize it and who won't publicize it, or who will put you on their show or who won't? Who cares? Because I'm not here for anybody to like me. I'm not here for anybody to accept me, for anybody to I don't care. I care that God has allowed me to endure the darkness that I've endured. He's allowed me to survive that darkness for a reason. And I care that I don't want to see any more children have to endure what I endured and what many other children have endured and are enduring right now. That's what I care about. I care about that little child that's on the cover of National Geographic for January edition, who is a little boy dressed like a little girl and is being exploited and used. I care about the 15-year-old boy who is now the face for CoverGirl makeup. I care about the 11-year-old girl who's in jeopardy of being removed from her home because her parents won't let her take hormones and become an 11-year-old little boy. I care about that. I care about all these broken children. All of these broken children while we're fighting. It's a spiritual war for your children and grandchildren. That is what I care about. And that's what we all should care about. And that's what you should be caring about right now. If you can lead a child out of that darkness, then you sure as heck better do it. You all be blessed. I love you. Have a good day.